I can show you the world. Swatch you all of the lipsticks. Leave a comment, you dipshit, or I'll kick you in your bum. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, it is approximately 10 p.m. right now. Hold on, let's check the computer and I'll tell you exactly what time it is. Yeah, it's 9:59. It's basically 10 p.m. Why are you filming in the middle of the night, Nicole, you may ask? I received the MAC Aladdin Collection in the mail, and quite frankly, I got really excited and I wanted to film with it and get it up tomorrow for the premiere of the movie, and the only way that I could do that is to film in the middle of the night. This is the outside paper from the PR package, but MAC was kind enough to send me over the full collection, so I'm gonna go through every single product with you guys here today. I'm gonna create this eye look with the palette. We're gonna use the pigment, we're gonna use all the lips, we're gonna use all the face products. Literally every single thing that is in this collection, we are gonna use it here on my face in one way or another. When I was a kid, I have a very distinct memory of my sister and I really wanted Aladdin on VHS because we had a lot of Disney movies and Aladdin was like the hot new shit of the moment. My dad did not want to buy Aladdin because VHS movies from Disney were expensive. They were like 30 bucks. My dad went and taped it off TV, which you could do back then. You could put a VHS tape in the VCR and hit record what was playing on the TV at the time. So like people were just like bootlegging shit left and right. The only problem was it would record the commercials too, which got very annoying the 70th time you saw them. But my dad was like determined to try to make it look like it fit in with the rest of the stuff from our collection of Disney videos. So he like hand drew the Aladdin logo on the label, and I remember him taking so long to painstakingly draw it and being so incredibly impressed with the result. I wish I could still find it because I think that it would be so funny to look back and see if he really did that good a job or if my little child brain was just like, wow, my dad's amazing. If you are specifically interested in only one or two of the things from this collection, or one thing or whatever, everything will be timestamped down below, so whatever you're interested in, you could just jump right to that. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to know about it, because if you missed a couple of my videos or something you might not have heard, I am starting a new series on this channel called Get Ready With Me. We are going to read books together, and then I am going to go through the books, give you a synopsis, give you my thoughts while I do my makeup, probably while testing some new products as well. And we are going to have a good time and it's going to be great and I'm going to enjoy it, and hopefully so are you. But if you're interested in partaking in that, then I will leave all of the information about what we're reading, where you can find it, and how far we're reading into it for the first video down in the description below. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you don't mind taking a second to do that, because I mean, why not? You know, help a girl out. And also, if you're new here, perhaps you've lurked through a few videos and you're contemplating subscribing, but you haven't quite committed to seeing me all the time just yet. Wow, you should subscribe for fun and makeup and my bad singing in the intros sometimes, and books, now books too. I mean, there's a lot of things that could cause you to subscribe, and I just listed some of them. But with that being said, we have a lot of products to get through today and a whole ass eye look and skin to go through. So let me zip the lips and let's get into it. I think the first thing we are going to use today is the bronzer, which is called the blush, but it's definitely bronzer. You're gonna see what I mean in a second. This collection consists of 4 lipsticks, 3 lip glosses, a crystal lip glaze, which is very interesting. Excited to dive into that one. 2 things that they're calling powder blushes, but you know, neither of them are really a blush. 1 9-pan eyeshadow palette. It's one of those smaller 9-pan eyeshadow palettes, sort of like the Patrick Star Collection ones. A pigment and a Technicohl liner. For the lip products, because there are so many of them and obviously we can't wear them all at the same time. I mean, I guess we could, but it probably wouldn't give us a good idea of how they perform. I'm gonna do a little lip swatch montage, but everything else I'm just gonna use to create a look here today. I already did most of my base except for the items that are in the collection, obviously. I'm gonna try to make it like, you know, a little bit Princess Jasmine inspired, but like not too on the nose. So to start, I'm gonna go into the blushes. Now this is the shade Your Wish Is My Command. The print of the genie lamp in there is super cute. The packaging is absolutely beautiful on these. I am really into the packaging that they did. It's a good mix of the aesthetics from the Aladdin movies, both the old one and the new one that's coming out, but also like super chic. Like it's not childish, which sometimes happens when brands come out with Disney collections. It's Disney, it's Aladdin, but it's Aladdin grown up. I'm just gonna clip back my hair. I know somebody's gonna ask because whenever I wear my fake bangs, somebody asks, no, I do not wear a wig. I just have a lot of hair and these are fake bangs. So the combination, I could see why you would think it is a wig because it makes it seem like I have more hair than is humanly possible for me to have on my head. However, this hair, this is the real hair and this is the fake hair. Not that there's anything wrong with wearing wigs. I actually wish I knew how to wear wigs better, but like I just have not been able to make that work on me yet. And this is the other blush. This is called Always One Jump Ahead. Now, this one clearly looks like it should function as a highlighter to me, and this one clearly looks like it should function as a bronzer. For some reason, I've noticed that MAC does this where they'll name something that's similar to what it is, but it clearly isn't actually that thing. And I don't know why they do that, but to be honest, I don't care, because if you hand me this, I know it's a highlight, you know what I mean? Like if you handed me this and called it a sandwich, I'd still put it on my eyes. I'd be like, that's weird, but I would know what to do with it. That's how I feel about those things. But anyways, I will be using them as a bronzer and a highlighter. I'm gonna bronze first, and I'm gonna be very light-handed because this looks like it could be a little bit deep for my skin tone, which is actually kind of a good thing because I can use it light-handed, but that means it'll work for more people who are a little bit more tan than I am. So I'm just picking up a very small amount of that on. This is a Sigma F40 brush. I'm just gonna use that to warm up above my contour. Doing it light-handed, the undertone is actually really pretty and very like, it blended really nicely with my contour. Like I feel like I just went from contour to like natural chisel kind of a look. I'm actually gonna hang on to the highlight because I'm gonna put it on later after we do the eyes, just in case I get some fallout and I need to touch up my concealer. That wasn't the plan I had in my mind, but the plan I had in my mind was dumb, obviously. This is the 9 Pan Princess Jasmine palette. That is what the shades on the inside look like. I feel already like I can tell that this palette is well balanced. It has a good mix of mattes and shimmers, nice deep shades and a couple of lighter shades and crease shades, things like that. So I'm happy to see that. I'm gonna start with this shade here. I believe this is called Riffraff. I'm picking that up on my BH number 5 brush and I'm gonna start putting it through my crease. And I'm gonna bring that right into the bridge of my nose because I want my eyes to look really, really big with this look. And now I'm just gonna take a clean brush and blend the edge of that out. On a smaller blending brush, I'm gonna go into this shade here. This is called Shadowy Lady. And I'm gonna bring a little bit of that onto the outer corner, although I'm not sure yet. I may cover that up later. I'm gonna grab a light concealer. This is just the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, which I find to be a pretty good base for shadows. I'm gonna pick some of that up on my Nabla cut crease brush. And I'm gonna start with a half cut crease here and see if I wanna make it a full cut crease, but right now the plan is just to make it half. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it a half cut crease. I'm gonna go into this shade here, which is called Princess Jasmine. On a flat MAC synthetic brush, pick a bunch of that up and then I'm gonna wet that with a little bit of Fix Plus. I'm just gonna take that and pat it over the area that we cut out with the concealer. Next, I'm gonna go into this kind of eggplant shimmer shade here called Abu. I'm gonna put that down to bridge the gap between the dark shade we put down on the end of the eye and where we put down the cut crease color. This silver shade right here is called Live the Genie Life. I'm gonna take a little bit of that on a pencil brush. I'm gonna wet it with Fix Plus again. I'm gonna tap that over the middle of where we put down Princess Jasmine because it's just like a nice little highlight color and it'll make that pop a little bit more. That just kind of gives it more of like a wet sheen, you know what I mean? Next, I'm gonna pick up the Rose Pigment from this collection. This looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna take a drop or two of Inglot Duraline. This is a mixing medium, which I use with a lot of different pigments, and I know that I like the way that it works with MAC pigments in particular. So basically, I'm just using that to make a little bit of a paste, and I'm gonna take that on a very small, detailed winged liner brush. And I'm gonna use that to just carefully highlight the edge of that cut crease. Actually, that brush is not really doing it for me, so I'm gonna switch to a little, just like a little nail art brush that I like to use for detailing stuff sometimes. So the next item I want to try out is the Graph Black Technical Liner. I kind of intended originally to do like a winged liner look with this because Princess Jasmine has a winged liner all the time. She's got her wings snatched day to night. Now that I have these shadows down, I don't want to because I actually really like the way they're sitting on the lid and I don't want a liner to interrupt it. So I'm just gonna use this Technical liner to smoke out my lash line. I haven't used one of their Technical Kajal liners in years, like a really long time, but I do remember liking them back in the day. It does look nice and black. I'm just gonna take a clean pencil brush and smudge that through my lower lashes. I'm gonna go back into Shadowy Lady on a pencil brush this time and just go over where I smoked out that lash line with the pencil and connect that around the side up into the top. I'm taking a little bit more of Riff Raff on a blending brush and just using that to blend out the edge of that. What I'm not loving is the sides of my fake bangs because I decided to flat iron them, which you can do, but I had the temperature on like way too high and it burned the ends, and now they're a little bit unruly unless I have my hair all the way down with them. Oops. Pencil brush again. This time I'm going to go into this shade here, Rags to Riches, and I'm going to wet that as usual, and I'm going to put that on the bottom part of the inner corner. And blend it into the smoky area. I added House of Lashes Iconic Light. They do need to be squeezed together some more, but while I wait for them to dry more so that I can do that, we're gonna move on and we're gonna try the highlight blush highlight. So this is always one jump ahead. I'm gonna pick up my Nabla highlight brush and just pick some of that up and apply it to the highest points of my cheeks. That highlight is a little bit more on the subtle side. Maybe that's why they decided to call it a blush, but it actually reminds me a little bit more of the Skin Finish powders. It's giving me a nice little glow and it looks nice and smooth, so I'm not mad at it. Now that we tried both cheek products and the eyes are done, it's time to move into the lips category. For the lip gloss and the lipsticks, I'm going to do some just simple swatches here with some music for you guys, but there's one product that is it's different and it's interesting, and I want to use it live here on camera with you guys because it's weird and I'm excited. So this is called Number One Wish. It's called a Crystal Glaze Gloss. Now when I saw this, I kind of thought that maybe it was an eye gloss because MAC has come out with eye glosses in this format before, but I checked on their website and it is for lips and it's supposed to be glossy and shimmery and conditioning for your lips, which is lovely. It also says on the MAC website that you can apply this with either a synthetic brush or your finger. I'm going to opt for a synthetic brush. This is a MAC 228S brush. I'm just gonna dip that into this balm. It's almost a shame to like disturb it because it looks so smooth and wonderful on top. Ooh, it looks so interesting. I'm not sure if it's gonna pick up on camera, but it's really interesting how the shimmers are playing in it when I scoop it out of the brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to my bare lips and see what we think. It's got a typical MAC vanilla-y scent, so love that. I love the smell of MAC lip products in general. Some of them like don't have the MAC classic scent, and when they don't, I get like genuinely mad. I'm like, where's my smell? So this feels very comfortable and moisturizing and balmy on the lips. It does look mostly clear when applied, but you can see some iridescence in it. I'm going to zoom in tighter so you guys can see the finish on the lips up close. I feel like this is something that would be very nice over a lip liner. Like it would feel super comfortable and it feels like it's nice and thick, so it would probably stay on for quite a while. And because this is in a pot, it's not as easy to keep in my purse, but I guess they say you can apply it with your finger. So I guess if you do it that way, it's not that inconvenient. It's a little grubby. Might get some finger germs in there, but that's nothing I haven't done before 1,000 times. So that's it for those individual items, and now we just have the lip gloss and lipstick to go through. So let's do a little swatch montage, and at the end I will let you know what combination I decided looked best with this eye look.
Hey pretty baby, am I in your way? 'Cause you walked out so fast yesterday. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, no, no. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you. Yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you. Yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna dance all night. Forget my problems, I might go insane. I don't really give a damn what they say. And now you know it. Hey, little lady said you feel the same, but I don't believe a word you say. 'Cause I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, no, no. I just wanna be.
The lip combo I wound up going with is Princess Incognito lipstick with the Diamond in the Rough lip gloss over the top. Diamond in the Rough is fire. I hope the camera does it justice. If not, I really highly suggest going to see this in person when these are in stores, because it is freaking beautiful, let me tell you. As far as the lipsticks are concerned, the one that I wound up liking so much, and I didn't see this coming, the one that I love is Raja. It's so pretty. Like, it's like a really nice burnt plummy red color. Ooh, nom, nom, nom. It's very tasty. I feel like it's a good way to incorporate a brownish kind of a lip sort of a vibe for like spring and summer. Love that. Definitely will be keeping that in my little desk where I keep like my day-to-day makeup to get ready, because it's a delight. That and Diamond in the Rough. Ooh, those are making the regular rotation. As far as everything else, it's all typical MAC formulation. So if you like the colors, then you know what to expect. The pigment is very pretty. I don't think that this is super unique to this collection. I feel like MAC already has a rose pigment, so this might just be like different packaging. I'm not sure, I have to look it up. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just not super duper exciting and Aladdin-y, although the little container is super cute. Your Wish is My Command, which is the more bronzery shade. I found that this was a really nice undertone for me. I don't know how many people this will work on as far as the color of it is concerned, but it blends really beautifully. The highlight shade, always one jump ahead, is a more subtle highlight. This is definitely not a blinding one, but it has a nice finish. I personally enjoy having a couple of highlighters in my collection that are not incredibly blinding, because you know, not every look calls for that, especially if you're wearing like a lot of other dewy products or a lot of other shimmer. I feel like sometimes you need something that's not quite as in your face. And this is one of those shades that I could see working on a lot of different undertones. Like, I don't think that it's too yellow, it's not too pink, it's kind of like right in the middle. Reminds me a little bit of Champagne Pop, if I'm being honest. The Graph Black Technicohl liner, I again don't think that this is unique to this collection. I do believe they have this already, but it has the Aladdin packaging, which is what sets it apart. The formula of this is one that I've always liked. It doesn't last in your waterline quite as long as, say, the Urban Decay 24/7 liner pencils, but it is more blendable, so you're able to kind of get like a smoked out lash line with this. It still wears pretty well. It's just not quite as bulletproof as the 24/7 pencils are. But with that, it does come with the advantage of it is definitely more movable. So if you want to use this on its own to smoke out a lash line and you don't want to add a shadow over the top of it to complete the look, you can definitely achieve that with this, whereas it's more difficult to do that with the 24/7 pencils. You can, but it's not as easy. So for the Princess Jasmine palette, this palette performed like exceedingly well, actually. I was a little shocked at how well this shadowy lady shadow on the bottom here, this dark plummy purple one, performed. It was so easy to get a ton of pigment with it, and it just, a lot of times dark purples can be very, very patchy. This one was an easy dream to blend with, which I wasn't expecting. I thought I was gonna have to work for it. I know a lot of people were complaining that they didn't think that this was Princess Jasmine-y enough. I do see what they were going for. I see the vision here. It definitely has her vibe. I would have liked to see like one turquoise color in here to kind of reflect her classic Princess Jasmine outfit. Like if you replaced one of the more gold shimmers with that, I think that would have made this more her vibe. I think the color of Princess Jasmine itself is very on theme for her. So no real complaints, but you know I just love me a good turquoise. I just can't help it. And as far as the #1 Wish Crystal Glaze Gloss, this is really interesting and different product. I don't think I have anything like this, definitely not from MAC. This is something I can see myself reaching for if I wanted to have like a glam look, but my lips were like really dry and like going through it. I can see this being really beneficial because it does still give you that very polished, like glossy, glazed up kind of a look, but it is really balmy. I do have a bunch of other products that also serve that purpose, but if you don't have a product that serves that purpose, then this might come in really handy for you. It's definitely not as glossy and glazed and glassy looking as the lip glass formula. So if that's your thing and you like that kind of a gloss look, then definitely go for the lip glass. But if you're more of a balmy bitch, then this might be the one for you. This also just looks really cool. It's like very satisfying to look at, especially when you first open it and it's like really smooth. So that's always fun. I know that's not a reason to buy a product, but like it does satisfy something inside of me that makes me happy. Overall, I really had a good time creating this look with this collection. I actually like the eyeshadow palette a lot more than I was expecting to. The way I see this collection is sort of the way I see the Game of Thrones collection from Urban Decay. Everything in it is really, really solid, and if you like the looks of it, I don't think you'll be disappointed in the performance of it, but I think that the appeal doesn't necessarily lie in how unique all of the shades are or anything like that, but more in a good product being in a theme that might appeal to you. This is the kind of thing where like I want to leave it out on my dresser to look at it for an extended period of time. It's just the delicate detailing, the gold and the turquoise together are absolutely beautiful. I just think that they did such a good job branding this, because so many times I see these Disney collections and I'm not into them because I feel like they look like they're for children. But in this case, I feel like this harkens back to something that brings back really good memories of a Disney movie for me, but it's also mature enough that I feel comfortable using it now. If I had to tell you 2 products from this collection that I absolutely think are not to be missed out on, Diamond in the Rough Gloss is stunning. It's so pretty, and honestly, the eyeshadow palette, if you like cool toned, like more purpley shades, these are absolutely beautiful. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you have your eyes on from this collection, if anything. And also let me know if this is one of your favorite Disney movies from when you were younger, or if you have other ones that you prefer over it. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you don't mind taking a second to do that, because it really helps me out, especially when I'm here filming really late at night and I'm tired and I'm like, wow, I really hope everybody likes this. This is the best time. This is the time that I need you guys to like it the most. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, because I would love to have you around for future videos. We have a lot of fun stuff coming down the line this week and like in the next couple of weeks coming up, because we're starting book club soon. And also I have a 3 looks video with the new Nabla Cosmetics Secret Palette coming out. It should be out by Monday, and I am so stoked for this palette. I already kind of like did a little mini test drive of each of the looks that I want to do, and it's gonna be good. If you want to keep up with me between videos, please go ahead and follow me on other social media. I'm at Ms. Quinface pretty much on every platform you could ever want to find me on, but the one that I use the most, and the one where you can kind of get like some behind the scenes and figure out what's going on here on this channel, as well as see like my other intricate stuff, my lip art, all that kind of fun shit. That's Instagram. That's where I do all of that, and I'm Ms. Quinface on there. Pretty easy to find me. I think that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out and going through this new collection with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I am grateful for every single one of you, and I will see you in the next one.